Welcome to the Creator's Edge. This is Strategic Monday, where we talk about the drivers and conditions of the experts' creator digital economy and topics that affect how we do, what we should be doing, and what maybe we need to do less of. It's also where we dive deep and take on the hard, sometimes unpopular topics that we need to understand in order to advance the expert creator economy. Because, at the end of the day, it's all about real results, not just for our profits, but for those we serve. Now, this podcast is aired twice a week, starting with Strategic Monday and with the second weekly segment, The Master's Way Thursday. Monday's all about best strategies for the quality and impact of our products, how we design, develop, and deliver our learning products. And Thursday's all about best practices for quality and how we can do a better job of helping our customers get the results that our learning products promise. Now, Mondays, we discuss how we can be strategically positioned, strategically aligned, and choose the best strategies to share what we know or know how to do in order to make money and create results. Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm your host here at the Creator's Edge. With over 30 years of professional practice as an educator in several countries and across the U.S., I understand just how big of a deal it is to influence the thinking, attitudes, beliefs, behaviors, skills, and knowledge of others. There is a real human cost when we muck up. This business space is still young, and without any guardrails, anyone can say anything in any way they want. And let's just be blunt. It's not nice to mess with people's money and their life. And heaven knows there is way too much folderol on the internet as it is. Promising to help others learn something or how to do something should not add to that messiness. Okay, today we're continuing our discussion on what is really going on with the status of products created for learning and how we got here. What we've been discussing is that conversation around courses being dead in the expert creator economy. We've been talking about why some types of entrepreneurial courses are dead, and honestly, in this podcaster's view, should have died a long time ago. The big culprit supposedly is AI and the fact that information is so rapidly and abundantly available. So why buy a course? While some claim it is because there is a need for a new type of product, more authentic, trustworthy, and personalized, some are claiming a new brand, like leaning into the expert creator or offering more personalized service, the human touch, in this new era of AI. Stay tuned. There's going to be more brands created out of this. Now, all of that's good and a necessary question, but here's the kicker. It is how we ask the question that determines the answer we get. We all know this, right? Here's some of the most common questions being asked. A lot of people are looking for, how do I become a creator? What kind of creator will this economy support? And if customers have lost trust in courses, why don't I just rename my course content, maybe shift to memberships and communities, and offer the courses and content as bonuses, or put them in a vault as a rationale for charging more or something? We ask a question like, how can I make more money? How can I do it faster? If customers, here's the big one, have lost trust in courses, how else can I market content? And here's the biggie that is really driving a lot of the conversations. If AI can create content like courses super fast and what it looks like is quality content, why don't I just learn better ways to use AI and sit back and reap the benefits? That's kind of the big paradigm right now. The question that hasn't been asked enough is, what kind of creator should our economy support? Now, across my 18 years working in different areas of the creator business, here's what I've discovered and why I believe so few succeed and so many never achieve their creator dream, and why trust is low, and why AI was so able to magnify the economy's weaknesses with the blink of an eye. The twists and turns and this thorny path of the creator business space are there because of two persistent and intertwined factors that have created the challenges we're facing. Now, please know the low trust was waning before AI showed up. We've been facing some challenges in market saturation. Remember, during COVID, we had over 165 million people enter this business, and quick fixes galore were the response. So let's look maybe a little deeper at some better questions and think about, why are we where we're at in this creator economy? Well, number one, business and creating products to help others learn something have two very different purposes. Business is for making money. There's nothing wrong with that. We all want that. We all need that, right? But here's the key. The products are for learning. Where the chasm exists is when marketing and sales overshadow quality learning products. In fact, many creators use the same course and content strategies that they use for marketing inside their products for learning. So what has that resulted in? Well, we've ended up with poor quality learning products that are not equipped to deliver on their promises. And some, I'm sorry and distressed to say, promote easy, poor quality learning products as a way to make more money. I've actually heard people say, teach less, only give a minimal viable product, no education, make more money. These are just some of the more profits and who cares about learning models that are out there. Now, beware, I call these sneaky roaches. We want to do better, and this economy should not be satisfied with the 10% crumbs, and that's fewer than 10% of the folks that take any kind of online course through the creator economy get the promised results. Just to translate that clearly, that's a 90% failure rate, and we got to stop blaming the customers. Okay, now the second thing is the consistent challenge is what I call the great dabbling and disrespect of principles of education and adult learning here in the creator economy. There is a common adage in this business space that anyone can teach. Now, we know that's not true. We've all had lots of teachers, good and bad, across our career as learners. But what is true is that most everyone can learn how to teach. And there's more I'm using teaching as kind of the big umbrella. There's all the design and creation parts and the delivery parts. But we'll put it in that one nutshell right now and just call it teaching. No, not everyone can teach. And talking, ladies and gentlemen, is not teaching. An A to Z outline is not a course. And instructional design are the methods used to deliver a course. It's not the curriculum or the course design. Teaching isn't training and vice versa. Curriculum is not a course, and coaching isn't the same as the skill and knowledge that's needed to mentor, advise, or consult. So when we seek to influence the thinking, attitudes, beliefs, behavior, skills, and knowledge of others, bluntly, we are in the education business, but this industry thinks anybody can do it. We'll just chat and have a few slides and have some music, and there we go. Education is a science with some very talented art. It's learnable, but claiming to have a premium course or a world-class program, excellence or quality, these are achievable, and I know people work very hard about it. But profits, enthusiasm, and popularity do not make a quality course. Designing or any kind of other learning product, by the way, designing and delivering quality learning products really is the missing link in this creator business. And here's one other distinction I'd like to share with you. Just because someone knows something does not mean they know how to help others learn that something. Those are two very different skills. Helping other people learn is an educational skill and knowledge set. So we can all understand why these two persistent and intertwined factors exist here in the creator economy. This is a business space after all, and the purpose of business is to make money. That's great. But its very nature, capitalism, is based on the idea of profits justifying the means. So we can all see why 1 and 2 exist. If money is the ultimate goal, then the quality of the product becomes second. So we need to see why this is a lopsided equation where profits do consistently overshadow quality learning products. So join me on Thursday when we're going to discuss a super important industry gap that got us to this juncture and what a super simple strategy used by masters everywhere can help each of us as creators and the industry itself get set on a more solid foundation for everyone's success so that whatever comes along, whether it's COVID or the changes that are happening in AI, we've got a solid core that helps creators, platforms, and those creators serve. In our next segment of Strategic Monday, we'll discuss that missing strategy and help you get started with better questions. Now, becoming a creator doesn't lean on likes and followers and satisfaction alone. Remember that. But a creator who can prove up on their results. And let's, by the way, quit blaming our customers for the lack of results we've been delivering. Now, be on the lookout for my new book, Everything You Need to Know About the Expert Creator Economy, what it is, what's right, what's wrong, and how you can help make it better. Until then, blessings on your journey as a creator, maybe an expert creator who will ask better questions to get better results for those we serve.